Okay, so today we're going to be creating a makeup bag or cosmetic bag with the spa series theme, but you don't have to do the spa series theme. You can do whatever you want. If you just find this video informative to help you do the cosmetic bag Infusible Ink, then great. Thanks for joining me. So we're going to use a Cricut Cosmetic Bag blank. Infusible ink, I'm using Patterns Watercolor Splash. And you're going to want to make sure you have a lint roller, butcher paper, which actually should come with your infusible ink. And then you're going to want some cardstock. And of course a cutting machine and a mat. And I'm going to get my project ready and I'll meet you back in just a sec.
Okay, so I'm just going to hop into Design Space. As you can see, I'm on my canvas with my spa themed items of images and text. I have these sized for my tote bag, and I'm going to duplicate them because I want to create the makeup bag. So I'm going to hit duplicate on each. I measured and I came up with no more than 4.5 inches in height and 6 inches wide. So I'm just going to kind of size this one right now by unlocking it. And I'm going to do height first. So let's go to 4.5. You can arrow down or you can actually go in and type 4.5 and it'll work either way. So I'm going to 4.5. As you can see, the image looks really crazy. Let's zoom in on here. And now width-wise, we said 6 inches. I'm just going to go over that, type in 6, hit enter. Boom. Now it looks pretty again. So that's 6 inches wide, 4.5 inches in height, and it looks great. So now I'm going to go and do something similar to the face. Now the face I want to keep the integrity of, so this one might be a little bit trickier. Obviously I'm not going to do 6 inches wide on her face. So let's just unlock and we're going to do 4.5 for the height. So I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to type 4.5 for the height. And I don't like that definitely scrunched it down, right? I am going to width, and I'm just going to arrow that down until I think it looks better. That looks pretty similar. I don't want the face to get too wide or narrow. It's a little bit wider than the original, but I don't want to go too narrow. So I'm going to do this image on one side of the makeup bag and then this image on the other side. Same thing with the tote bag. So I'm going to go ahead and I will go ahead and pick out my material and I'll meet you over at the mat and the machine. Okay, due to the lack of the color of infusible ink sheet that I have available, I'm going to resize my images. Okay, I'm going to adjust my makeup bag. Let's see, my material can be 6 inches wide still. I just have to lower the height to 3 inches, I believe. I'm going to, oh, it's already unlocked. And I'm just going to arrow this down to 3 inches for my height. And again, I'm going to zoom in just to see what that looks like. It's going to be okay. I'm going to be able to use this really colorful, pretty pattern. So my original was going to just use the pattern watercolor splash. I'm also using Patterns Mermaid Rainbow for the cosmetic bag. And I'm going to be using 2 different materials. So I want to pay attention to where this lays out as far as inches. So I see that it's coming just a little bit under the 6-inch mark. Okay, this is going to be a tight cut, like seriously, my material I think is going to be just big enough for this. Okay, and then let's actually move this down so that it's right under the 7-inch line so that we can know where to put our next piece of material.
Okay, so I have 2 different materials that I'm using, and I think it's gonna just make the cut. I hope so. So this is gonna be for my tote bag, and then this is the pretty different color material that I'm gonna use for the cosmetic bag.
Continue, Infusible Ink sheet. And guess what I did not do? I did not put mirror on, edit. And I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna toggle the mirror image and then click done. All right, now we're ready to go.
So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it, and I will meet you back. Okay, and then I'm gonna meet you back here after I've weeded my projects, and we'll make a makeup cosmetic bag together. Hi guys, I'm back after about 20 hours of weeding. Actually, I took a lunch break and I have been weeding for quite a while. I got my Infusible Ink ready for my tote bag as well as the makeup bag that we're going to do today. So I'm going to turn on my heat press.
Okay, go ahead and click into Cricut Heat Guide, and we're going to be selecting our Easy Press or whatever machine that you have. And then our transfer material is going to be Infusible Ink sheet. Go ahead and scroll down to Infusible Ink sheet. And then our base material, cosmetic bag. So cool. We'll see what this is going to tell us to do. We're going to hit apply. It's going to be 385 degrees for 60 seconds. We're going to do light pressure. And then this is a warm peel. And then over here, it's showing you the layers. So we've got our matte, looks like a piece of cardstock. And then we've got our cosmetic bag with the image, and then a piece of butcher paper, and then the heat press. And as always, make sure that you open your window or you have a nicely ventilated area. So I'm just scrolling down just for those of you that want to pause and rewind the video to read over the directions if that's easier and more helpful for you. So feel free to just rewind and pause wherever you need to follow the directions for the heat press.
$385 for 60 seconds, so I'm gonna hit my temperature button and click down to 385. Let that warm up while I'm getting it ready. So the directions are to lint roll your material, and I am gonna do both sides. Hopefully you can see without me doing an overhead view today. So I'm going to lay a piece of cardstock down, and then I'm going to put my item on top of it, and then I'm also going to put a piece of cardstock inside, since I'm going to be doing 2 separate designs. And I don't want the one design to bleed through to the other side. So actually I'm gonna put 2 pieces of cardstock. It's better to be over prepared than under prepared, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna have my ruler handy just to make sure that I'm lining this up properly. I have it as like a nice little guide here. Okay, so how about we do the pretty little lady first? My little lady getting a massage. Okay, I have a habit of using my roller, so I'm going to, oh, here it is. I'm gonna roll this on here just to make sure it's nice and adhered to my surface. And then what we're gonna do next is we're gonna throw that piece of butcher paper on top. It's gonna protect our machine. Okay, now one thing I do wanna say is be mindful of the zipper. If you put the heat press where it's over the zipper, it's not only gonna possibly melt the plastic of the zipper, it's also gonna raise up your heat press, and then it's not gonna be fully to the surface of your project, and one edge of it could adhere and the color could be better, and then you might have what's called ghosting or fading, where it's not getting the same amount of heat at the same amount of time as the other side of your project. So make sure that the lip of your heat press is beneath the zipper. Just a little tip. Okay, so if you heard my little heat press beep, it's ready to rock. And I'm just gonna bring it over here and follow my own advice. And I'm gonna hit the start button. We'll kind of speed through this. I'm gonna speed up the video here so you don't have to wait for the whole 60 seconds. Okay, it's done. Gonna carefully lift it, set it over in my cradle. I don't like to reuse my butcher paper because I just feel like there could be some bleed through. That's the whole reason why we use it, is to protect our heat press. So I'm gonna get a new sheet for the other side. Okay, so it's warm peel, so I'm gonna peel this off. And she's perfect! She's so pretty! Okay, so there she is. And I'm going to do the other side. And I'm gonna set my ruler on the edge just to help me line up my project. This looks pretty good. Okay. So I'm gonna roll it on there. I think it's looking good. Gonna throw my fresh new piece of butcher paper on top. Remember to keep the heat press below your zipper. And here we go. light pressure for 60 seconds at 385 degrees. Okay, it's ready. Gonna gently take this off. Remove the butcher paper. Here we go, warm peel. Oh my God, it looks so good, you guys. This looks so good. Check that out. So relax on one side with a beautiful little flower pattern. I wanted it to be different colors and not just one solid color, so I'm glad I was able to find and use the scrap that I had handy. And then the other side is the little massage lady for this nice, relaxed, chill spa gift basket. This is part of a spa gift basket series where I will be doing multiple projects in individual videos, and then I'll be taking all of the projects, putting them together in a gift basket that's got like a spa theme to it. So make sure you stay tuned, hit subscribe if you want to follow along. The future videos will include a tote bag that I'm going to do, and then previously I have done Infusible Ink coasters and adhesive vinyl on a wine tumbler and a coffee mug with the new heat press for Infusible Ink. So make sure that you check out those videos, which are a part of this series. But if you just need the tutorial for whatever theme project you're working on, these can be great and beneficial and helpful. Thanks for joining me. And please make sure you click like if this has been helpful to you. Thanks.